Good morning.
Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So till the last lecture, we have covered some auto-suggestive text box, and I think we have also covered select class, actions class, right? So in this lecture, we will see some more important topics. So if I open one website, Vinith, please put yourself on mute.
Okay, okay, okay.
So as you can see in this video, this is one live coronavirus website where they will keep on updating this number on the daily basis. So what I have to do, so suppose I am the manual tester. So I have to check daily whether the sum of all the cases. So I'm talking about this first number, not this second one. This number, so total here you will see it will have total numbers like this. So I have to add all these number and I have to check whether the count of the number will be equal to this number or not, right? So that we can be sure daily that this website is displaying the actual number of the total cases, right? And if you similarly, if you want to, if you add all these blue number, this left one and left one, so this will be equal to this one, and if I add this one, third one, this will be equal to this one, and likewise this, right? So if we have to do it manually, then daily we have to sum all the entry, right? But what we will do, we will write some automation test case with the help of Selenium so that our task will be simplified. So here we will write one test case for that. So how we can write? First let me open the website. So this is the URL and these three lines will remain the same. So change the URL. So website will open. And after that, once website will open, so let me write one XPath so that with the help of XPath I will get all the numbers written here on the left hand side. So to write the XPath, right click inspect. Right click inspect, and if I click this, okay, so here if I go here, so this is highlighting the entire table. So let me start from here. So let me write first XPath of this line. How we can write table at the rate class equals to this. This is the XPath I have written for the entire table, but I want to get into this first entry. How we can go? So I think I have to come here, right? Because here it is the actual number. You can see what is our first number. Here is our first number, right? So I have to come till this part. How we can come? So I am here. Now I want to move to this first because I do not move to this because my element is present inside this t body. So I will say slash t body. Now I am here, and after that, if I just minimize it and if I expand it, so I have to come to tr. So when I will say tr, so it is giving me all the entries because there are many tr tags are present here. If you see many trs, but I have to come to only first one, so I will say tr1. Now I am on the first one, and after that, if I again I have to come till this part. So this is td1, this is td2, and if I say simple slash td, it will highlight all the five. So I have to come on only this one, So I will say TDO1. Now I'm sorry, not TDO1, it is TDO2. Now I'm here, and inside that, if I have to come to this number, I will simply say /p. Now once I am here, okay, so let me, if I remove this, okay, I should not, let me come start from here again. Once I am in the T body, actually I want to select all the number, so I have to write XPath in such a way that it should select all the number. And if I say T body after TR, as of now you can see it is highlighting all the, if I hit enter, you can see it is highlighting all the rows one by one. It will highlight, so total there are 36 rows, and if I keep on hitting enter, it will going to select all the row, but I have to reach to this first number. So as of now I am on the row, and it is giving me all the total 36 rows. But once I will reach to the row, if I take about any row, I have to come to TD of second, so I will say TD of 2. Now I am on TD of 2, and after that I will say /p. So now, where if you see this, what this XPath will do, this XPath is highlighting this number. If I keep on hitting enter, you can see it is keep on highlighting all the numbers. If I hit enter again, right, so these are the numbers I have to get. Now I will simply use find elements method, just like we did it in the calendar in the previous class, and that find elements method will give me all the numbers. So this part is clear to everyone how we have written XPath.
Yes.
Okay, so you can see we reached to the 36 enter, and when I will hit enter again, it will again start from number 1. So now you can use get text method. So copy this XPath, so I will write driver find elements by dot XPath. I have written the XPath. So as this method is find elements, right, so as find elements, so it will return with a list of item. So the list of item is nothing but the cases number. So catch that in one variable, you can give any name, so let me give cases. So let me import the package. So here it will java.util, this one, and here I will java.util. Now import the package for this. So if I write int total cases, I can say cases dot size, so it will return me 36 entry total. And after that I will write one for loop. This is our for loop, I equals to 0 to I less than total. So it will run for 36 times, because we have total 36 entries in that table. And inside that I can say uh, cases, just like we did it for calendar. So same step, cases dot get of I, and from that get me the text. So this will give you the text, and after that I will string text, or let me say case number, and after that I will print. And I will write cases hyphen number. So if I right click and run it as Java application. So let us see what is the output we will get. Okay, so let us first handle this, otherwise our code might not work. So let me write one XPath so that we can also handle this. So let me, once I will click on no thanks, this will disappear. So if I click on this, so I can start from here. XPath, let me write div at the red class, and after that I have to come to this one. Yeah, here I have to come, so I will say /a. Okay, so we are here, but it is giving, okay, so it is giving me exactly one element, which is this one. So our XPath is correct. So next time, once this website will load, here, after that I will click on no thanks so that that pop-up will disappear. Find element y.xpath, and I will dot click. So let me run it again. So once website will load completely, it will click on no thanks, and after that we should see all the cases which we have written XPath for that in our output. Okay, so it has loaded, right? It has loaded completely, and automatically it has clicked. But if you see here, your program is completed because it is written terminated, but we are not getting any output. So what is the issue? Because we have written everything correct. So if you see this, the code of this table, if suppose I am starting from here, and if I come up a little bit, so let me expand this. This entire table is actually present inside this iframe, right? So you can see here how it is present. Okay, not this one. If I come again from this one, this entire table, this is the this is highlighting entire table. But if I come up, this whatever the code HTML code is written, it is present inside this iframe. So what is this iframe? If you see what they have written one link here, and if I open this link, it will navigate to me a new page. So if I hit enter in here, you can see there is separate web page. Here is also the same table. So what they have done, so what the developer of this NDTV website has done, whatever the table whatever the table is coming here, it is coming from this web page, right? So sometimes what happens, you want to show some data into your web page, but that particular data should come from other web page. So this is the similar thing they have done. So inside that iframe they have given this link, and they are displaying the data. So by default Selenium will not identify your iframe. So if you have to work with any element inside the iframe, first you have to tell your uh, driver object that this is a iframe. First you have to switch to that iframe, then only you can work. So how we can switch to our iframe? If you see, if I come up again, this entire table is present inside the iframe. So they have given some id equals to t5. So with the help of this id I can switch my driver object. How we can switch? There is one simple statement. So here website will load, it will click on this button, no thanks button, this line, and after that I will simply write driver dot switch to, this is a method, and inside that you will get one more method, switch to frame. So as we have id, you can give id name. So what is the id? Id is t5. So this is the simple step you have to do. Now your driver object knows that I have to first switch to the iframe which is having this id, and after that I have to execute this line. So if you run this time,
Hello.
yeah,
Hello.
hello,
Yes, sir. Where is that ID T5?
yeah, here it is. If you here, this is the iframe tag.
Oh,
So here they have given id, so I am using this id. So now your driver object will go inside this iframe first, then it will apply the XPath operation, right?
Okay, so every time we need to check that is it a iframe or not, right?
Yeah, if everything you have written correct and still you are not getting the data, then you should look. So every web page sometimes you will find this kind of uh, scenario implementation. So if I run
Okay,
this,
in that case, we need to use switch to, right?
yeah, this one,
Okay.
this line. So this time we should see all the data with the help of this for loop. So let me click this because it is taking more time than needed. So otherwise this whole lecture will based on loading only. So let me do this, right? So when you will run from your side, so you can keep on waiting. So let me click this. Okay, so still it is loading, so we have to wait. And let me open this. So here we should see all the cases. So once it will click on this pop-up, we should see the data.
Just one question or concern that is that the pop-up is having frame or is it a pop-up only?
It is simply a pop-up. Let me show you the HTML code again. Once this will click.
Okay, cool. Do we need to put some weight on this?
Sorry.
Do we need to put some weight or something on this?
Yeah, if it is taking more longer time, then it might fail. So you should also put wait. But here it is not failing. So why we are not getting the data? Let us. Okay, so it has started to get the data one by one,
Right.
and it will print all the data. But here you will see two numbers are coming. Let us first. Okay, so first of all, let us see whether this pop-up is a that pop-up is not present inside any frame. So if I open this, this is the so this inside this all the text is present. But if you come up, you will. I think there is not any iframe, right? So here it is present inside div, not any iframe, right? So here it is
Okay.
not inside any iframe. So here you can do click on that it directly. So here, but you see, we are getting all this data. So what is this first number? If you see, it is our this number 1899352. And what is the second number it is giving us? This is the second number. So second number, if you see, this is our second number. So it has given me two number from all the rows. But here I am interested in only first number, not the second, because I want to calculate the sum, so that the sum will be equal to this number, right? And if you calculate the sum of this red number, then it will be equal to this. So this is how they have designed. So if you see why you are getting two number, why not one we are getting? If I expand this, so this number and this second number, right? So hierarchy will be same for every row. In every row you will find this p class. This is the first number and second number is inside this. So if you see what get text method does, if you see the definition, so this get text method, when you place your mouse, so it is saying it will get the visible text of the element including sub element. So this part is important, including sub element. So which means it will give you the text. So I have written the XPath till here. So it will give me the this will give me the this number as well, including the sub element. So this is how the get text is designed. So we should apply some logic so that we can only get this number. So as per the definition, get text will give us both the number. And if you see how the numbers are coming in the debug mode, if you see, so let me do one thing. Instead of clicking this NDTV, I will click it manually. So I think that I can save some time. So once you will run forward side, you can use this statement. I am doing it manually because it is taking more time to complete. So close this. And I think we should stop here this time. So let me put debugger here as well. Okay, so some error come. Okay, so let me check. I think I have commented some wrong line. Okay, so I have commented this one, not this one. We have to comment, otherwise it will not open the link. I have to comment this one. So let me run again. So let me now click it manually. So I think that we can save some time. At this time, if you see, we should stop here in this point. Okay, so I think website is loaded. Now it has captured all the 36 entry, 36 web element we got. So from 0 to 35, right? So it has captured, but I have to get the text, so I have to apply this method. From this cases, get me the cases web element one by one and get me the text. So if you see for the first time how it will give me the text. So it is giving me like this. First number 1899352, after that slash n. So this slash n basically is changing the line. So as of now slash n is present, but once I will print that, automatically line will change. So this is the reason you are getting numbers like this. And after that it is giving me second number, and if I execute this with the help of slash n, both the numbers you will see in different line, because after that this number slash n is present, so it has changed the line. And if I talk about second number, again it has given me like this. So again you will see these two number in the separate line. So this is how we will get the data every time, but I am interested only in this first number. So what we can do, so let me stop it here. I want to get only first number. So after this, here I will get the actual number. I will use one Java method, cases hyphen number dot split. What I will do, once I will get the number like this. So this is how you will keep on getting the number every time, slash n, and after that 2,834. So this is I want to. So here inside that this will present, and I will use one method which is dot split. So here you have to pass how you have to split the number. I want to split the number based on this slash n. So I will write slash n here. So what it will do? Okay, so what it will do? If I capture that in one variable, I will write a string modified number. And here it is giving you one error, because when you have split the number into two, so now you have this first number at the zero index, so it has become just like an array. But once you split the number into this two based on slash n, this number will be present at zero index, and this number will be present at index number one. So this is basically it is saying, if you see the error, so it is saying that I will return one string array. So change this variable to string array. Now this number, and here it is also saying that which number you want to get. If I write 0 here, okay, so I should have written, okay, not like this. It is saying change the type of the to string. So if I click this, okay, not this one, I think I have modified wrong one. Here I am not applying the method, here I am applying. So if I modify this, now this will give you two number. First number will have presented index number 0, second will be present at index number 1. So as this is an array, I can write like this, modified number of, I am interested in first number, so this will actually give me the number. So I will write string first number. So first number. So this part is clear to everyone. Now in this number, this first number will be present every time, not the second one. Is it clear?
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you explain once more?
Not repeat again.
Yeah.
What you are saying?
Repeat once again this process.
Okay, give me a minute. I am unable to hear you actually. Dogs are barking. Give me 1 minute.
Okay. I said that can you repeat once again this whole process?
Now repeat.
Yeah, can you repeat once all the whole process, how you will give this the concept?
Okay, this part,
Yeah,
this part you are asking.
yeah, yeah,
Hello,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
this part you are asking.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. So let me show you in debug mode. Then it will be easy to understand, right? So let us see again in debug mode. So it will be very clear after that. Now our code will again stop here. Sorry, here. So we will see how this step is working. Okay, so website is loaded completely. Now we are here. So it will give me the total as 36. Okay, so after that, once this will invoke. So how it is giving me the number? See here. It is giving me number slash n and the second number. So this is giving me in this way. So I want to get only this first number. I am not interested in second number. So I am saying this statement is saying I will break the number. This whole number I will break into two part based on this slash n. First part will have this one, this number, and the second part will have this number. This will have 2834. So if I execute this line, so you can see this will have two number. Okay, so it has not slash n. Okay, so you can say it is backward slash. I have given forward slash, so it has not done anything. Let me run it again. The it is forward slash this one. Otherwise, okay, so let me run it again. No issue. After that, it will break. And let me also print this number. Is it possible? No. Save it. So we have already written the code to click on this, but I'm clicking it manually, so we can save some time. But I'm assuming, but I think that time will still, it is taking still longer time to load. So you can use this line. I have commented that. So once you uncomment this line, it will automatically click. So we have already seen this. So otherwise again our code will stop here at line number 29 once the website will load.
Hi.
Yeah,
So if the page is not loading, can we hit directly the frame link that we had and get it quickly? Because
sorry.
it's taking too much of time to load. Can we
Okay.
directly hit that frame link that we had? So to directly go over there if that loads quickly.
Yeah, that is a better approach. Okay, yeah, you can say like this. We can do that as well. Yeah. Okay, after that I will do. But it's almost it will take some more time. So let me close it like this. So it is still loading. Better I will take the link so that we can reach to this directly. Okay, so let me do this only. So what I will do, I will get that this link, right? So that but I'm not sure here that same XPath will work. So let us first check. Let me see whether it is loading fast or not. Otherwise, no point of. Okay, so it is loading fast. So let me write the XPath for this. Okay, so I think the XPath will also again the. I think this will work here as well. So instead of opening this link, so as now we do not have any frame. So comment this and I will write driver dot get and I will write I will use this link. So you can try from your side in the original URL So here if I do this, now it will open this, and if I see this XPath, note this one. So let us first see whether this XPath is also working. Control F, Control V. So here it is working in the similar way, so we can also use this. Now let's see. Now this time it will load fast. So if I right click, debug as Java application, so the web page opened, and this time it has loaded. Now we are here. Again it will give it count as 36, and if you see how the first case you are going to get it, you are getting this in this way. First number /n, so that will change the line, and after that second number, so it is giving you in this way /n. So what this statement will do, this statement here you have the actual number, this will split the number based on /n into two part, and if you execute this line, this will have two number. At index number 0, first number is present. At index number 1, so this is basically just like an array, the second one. So once you get the number in this variable, so basically this is one array. So if I want to get the number 0, first number, I will say in the array bracket 0, and if I want to get the second one, I will say 1 here. So as of now I am interested only in the first number, so I have written 0 here, and from this you will get this number, first number, and if you execute this, you will get first number and it will print, right? So this step is clear to everyone now.
Yes.
And if I run it now, it will print all the number one by one, but only first number. So total 36 number it has printed. So what I have to do, I have to add all the number, and I have to compare whether this number is equal to this one, 100751116. So if you see clearly, we cannot add like this with the commas, right? So let me first remove the comma from all the number. So if I write one simple line, again I will use Java. So here I will have my actual number, but number will contain comma. So if I write first number dot replace all is one method. Here I am saying that in this number replace all the comma. So inside double quotes I will say replace all the comma with this. So what it will return you, it will again give you one number, and I will say original case, or let me say modified number without commas, and I will capture that in one string variable because it is a string, it is not an integer. So what this will do, as of now you can see this is the number. So if I copy this and write it here, what this statement will do, this statement will basically, as of now, suppose in this first number this number is present, so when this line will be executed, this method will actually replace all the comma. I have written empty space, right? So no space I have provided, so it will remove the comma and remove the space, like this it will do, and it will remove the comma and it will do this. So now if I run this, and after that I will print this variable, instead of first number I will print this. So you will see now this time how we will get the output. So let me run in run mode this time. This time it will print all the numbers but without comma. You can say it will print all the number. So this part is clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So now what is our last step? I want to add all the number and I want to check whether I am getting this output or not. Then only I can conclude that this website is showing the correct total results of the cases of the particular state, of all the states. So if you see,
Sumit, I have a question.
yeah,
How did you got that URL, that e-data dot directly go without handling the frame rate? You're directly
okay,
moving
okay.
to that. Sorry, I
See,
didn't.
here I go. On the original website, I have told you that this is one frame. So okay, so this is not original. This one. So this whole thing is present inside one iframe. Inside that iframe itself, they
Yes,
have defined this link. So from here
yes,
I
yes.
got.
I got it. I got it. Thanks.
So basically, I've done because it is this website is taking more time. So to save the time, I have taken this. Otherwise, you can work with on that website only. So you can see we got all the number, and I want to add all the number. So to add all the number, this is one. So let me take one some variable as it is a integer, right? So okay, but if you see, let me not print it, or let me print it after that. Okay, so here you can do like this. Here this is the number without comma, and before that I can write sum equals to sum plus this variable. But you can see it is a string variable and I'm trying to add it with some variable. So it is not allowed, right? So what we can do first, I have to convert this number into integer. So to convert that into,
Typecasting.
you are saying something? To convert that, any question?
No, no, no. I was just saying typecasting. You can do it or how?
Not clear, your voice is not clear.
Can you do it typecasting string to integer or how is that?
Okay, I will show you. There is one integer class and inside that there is one method. If you pass inside that your string variable, this is our string variable, you can see this is our string variable, and if I pass the string variable into this, and let me remove. Okay, so what this method will do, this method will basically convert your this string variable string number to integer number. So now you can happily add this number, right? So you can use this statement. So there are many ways to convert, so this is one of the way. And let me, if you do like this, instead of do like this, I will say int number o case. So once this integer number will be converted to integer number, I will capture it here and I will write this number here. So how many times the for loop will run, this will add all the number one by one, and once after the for loop will execute completely, I will print this system.out.println total cases are, and I will print this. Okay, so you have to make this variable, it is just like a local variable, so it is before after that before the for loop I will make it this. Now it is, now after that you can print this. So if I run it this time, you will see all the number and the sum of all the number as well. So
Here it should be sum, right?
where,
Total
okay,
number of
yeah, here
cases.
it is sum. Okay, let me, thanks for reminding. So here instead of number of cases it should be sum, because in this sum variable only our final output we will get. So run as Java application. So website opened, we will see all the data. So if you see this number, total cases are, this number is equal to this number, right? So you can see we got the correct result, which means what they have designed, the whatever the website is displaying, the sum of all the cases is correct. So this is, you can say, automation testing. Or otherwise, if you have to do this manual task every day, so you have to one by one write the number and add the number, right? So it will take more time, but once you have written the code, you have to simply right click and run as Java application. And one more thing, after that, what you can do, you can write one if else condition. So you can also get the XPath of this number, remove the commas from this number, and compare this number with this. So if they both are equal, you can say that website is working correctly, otherwise not. So you can do this part, right?
Yes.
So okay. So any issues in this topic? You can also do this for similar thing for this one, or this one.
Okay. We can split the number into two parts. So if we want to consider second part number, and then we calculate all the second part number and compare for the above number, so it's also work.
Yeah. So
And
if
the,
it will work. So if I just change it, I will say 1. I will
okay,
say
just
1.
it one. Okay.
Same thing will happen, and
Okay.
this
And
time let us see how whether we are getting this. So this time second number, it will print all the numbers, red number, and it should be equal
yeah.
to 19,556.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I got the why we got some weird result, because please put yourself on mute. Some noise is coming. If I come here, so all this number, if I come down, these two numbers do not have this, right? So what we can do, let me we have to modify some XPath, because you can see it is giving me, because I am running for loop total 36 times. I am running my for loop total 36 times, but the last two entries do not have this red number. So let me modify this. How we can write some XPath so that it will not throw the error. So if I come here, come to this. So if I think I have written it here already. Okay, so here if I have, so if I write the XPath till here, that will give me the sum of, that will give me this number as well and this number as well, right? But if I write after that /span, right, so it is highlighting only this number. Now if you apply get text here, so it will going to give you only this number, right? So if I now modify my XPath and write this XPath here, right, so you can see every time if I hit enter, it will give me only the second number, not the first one, right? So if I write the XPath, some modified XPath here, so instead of that, let me modify here only by.xpath. So this is our modified XPath for the right numbers, right? Because you have to anyways modify that, or you can do one thing. Okay, so let us see this only first. So this is one of the ways. So I have modified my XPath here. and this time total entries I think you are going to get 34 because last two will do not have that number. So total 34 entries, and if I it will run for 34 times. But here once you will get the number, this time you will not see /n, right? So if I it will because give me this number only, so /n will not be going to come. Let us see if will come, then we will put. So /n we will not write this, we will not write this, and this is also not required this time, and I can directly say this time this number I can. Okay, so this is required, replace all. So it will basically replace all the number, and after that I will. So let us see this time whether it work or not. So I think it should work. Open the website. Now this time you can see we got the correct output, right? So this way is clear to everyone. We will discuss one more way how we can do this without changing our XPath. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Yes, clear.
So instead of changing XPath, we can do one more modification. I know that total 36 entries are there if I write the XPath like this, right? So total 36, but last don't have this number, so this is the reason we got exception. So how many times I have to run my for loop? 34 times. So instead of changing the XPath, I can also do, if I do not want to change the XPath, so let me undo everything. So here I have changed the XPath. Okay, so here this is correct. So if I run this time, let us see whether it is failing. This time again it will fail. Okay, I think I have minimized the browser, so this is other reason. I should not touch the browser when it is loading. So this time it will print some data and it will fail because you have total 34 entry, but you are running your for loop 36 times. So how you will find the rest of the data?
So can we do in the for loop total -2?
Yeah, this is I am going to do.
Okay.
This is other way. So again it will fail, right? So if I write, I know that our for loop will run for 36 times. So 0 to 35, if I say total -2, here itself, then it will run for 30. So total here is, I think 36. So 34, right? So it will run from 0 to 33, which means 34. So if I run this time,
But in real time, we never used to do right this one because always we need to modify our code.
sorry.
In real time, we never used to do right this one.
So either you can use this one or you can use this one because if I change for loop, might be this be the case that suppose after some days these two numbers will also come. So if you have written the
Yes.
XPath, that XPath will also identify these two.
Yes.
As
Yes.
of now, it is not coming. But if you have written the for loop like that, it will fail, right?
Yes.
So better not to modify for loop, but you can say again we got this, right? So this is how you
Yes.
can work with this HTML table. So you can practice this, getting these number and calculating the sum, right? So that will be some assignment for you. Okay, so I think this part is clear to everyone. So let us see one small topic. Is it
So,
clear?
is there any other way how we replacing the commas right between the numbers? Is there any other way after once we got the final addition? Is there any other way to put the commas again in the same manner?
Put the commas. You can
Again,
explore this more if you want. Might be there might be
no, no,
so many
no,
methods
not
here.
replace.
So after that you can explore, right? If you
No, what
learn
I
that,
mean.
so
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. I'll do.
because right, so if you just write on Google only that replace comma with space in Java, so you will find so many methods, right? So it is just one of the method. Okay, so you can explore.
Okay,
So,
sure.
as you said, there is one case that we need to check or cross check with the headers on the HTML that the amount is getting correct or not, or the total
Hmm.
is getting correct or not.
Hmm.
For that, what we need to do?
Did not get the question. Repeat again.
Yeah, just you asked us to complete one scenario that total is getting on the table, and yeah, this is the header.
Huh.
So we need to do that. So how can we do that?
You have to get this number. How you have to do that?
Yes.
Just we do compare with if and else and
Yeah.
compare the
See,
number with equal. Then if the number is equals to that, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's failed.
Yeah. So it will be better. Can you please show us?
you basically have to write CSS or XPath, whatever you want. So when I will write span class equals to this. So here it is highlighting. You can say total 4 numbers it is highlighting 1, 2, 3, 4. But I am interested only in the first one, so I can write 1 in the array index. This we have done many times. So it is highlighting my first number. And when I will apply get text, it will again give me these two number. Right? So just we did it for replace all method and this one. You can again get this first number, replace the comma, and compare this number with this number you got here. Right? So earlier we are getting some other number. Right? So I have changed the code, so you are not getting that number. Once you will get the number, basically you have to write if this number whatever you got, if this number whatever you got is equal to this number or not, right? So suppose if you are getting this number, so that it will compare and you do not have to see it manually every time. It will automatically fail. So this you have to do with the help of if and else condition. Is it clear? Try that. If you do not get it, then I will reply you on the Google Classroom, or you can ask in the next class. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. So there is one website. So in the previous class we have discussed one some drop down, and here there is one more website which is SpiceJet website. So let me copy the lines which are same. So URL is okay. So if you can see if I click this, as of now no data is present, right? As of now no data is present. But if I click this and if I select suppose any cities, right? So if I select Lucknow, then only some data will come here, right? Otherwise if I refresh it again, no data will come. So how we can handle this kind of drop down with the help of Selenium? As of now no data is present, and if you see the HTML code, how it will look, right click. Okay, so as of now you can see there is one input tag, input ID, right? It is highlighting this. As of now, once once I will click this, you can see here that one line will load automatically, right? So you can see here, keep an eye here. When I will click this, automatically some data will come here. If I click this, you can see this class was not present earlier. And if I show you one more time, if any one of you miss, if I inspect this, if I inspect this, as of now no data is present, but once I click this, some data will load. If I click this, now this class will come. So, and in this class you will find all the elements. So if I want to select this, right, so it is present inside this class only. Div class equals to, right, somewhere here it is present, you can see. So first of all, after opening the website, first I have to click on this from, then only our all the elements will load. So let us do how we can do. Let me open the website. So website will open, and after that I have to click on this. So driver dot find element by dot xpath dot click. So this is not the xpath, this is URL. So to form, let us form one locator. So I can use this input ID equals to this. Control F, input at the rate ID equals to, so it is not copied, input ID equals to, so this is the XPath for this. So I have to click on this so that our city's name will load. So I will place that XPath here. So this is our XPath. Okay, so it will click on that, and I am assuming that whatever the list you will have, it will take at least 1 second or 2 seconds to load completely. So let me put some thread.sleep. So as of now it is a Java line. So we will see some weights with the Selenium later on. As of now we can use this. So once this will load, if you see, suppose I am selecting Goa, right? So basically you have to go from Goa to, so here you will not see Goa, right? You cannot travel from Goa to Goa, right? So whatever the city you will select, that city will not be present here. Likewise, if I select Bangalore, so Bangalore will not going to be present here, right? So suppose I want to select any city, like suppose I want to select Goa, so I have to write one XPath for that again. To click on that, once this will load, I have to click on this. So here the Goa is present, and to write the XPath, how you can write, you can use if I come up, yeah, you can use this. As it is present, you can write XPath /a, tag name is our a, so I am writing /a @text equals to Goa, right? So if you see again one thing, as of now you are getting 1 out of 2, and if I refresh the website, as of now if I hit enter, as of until and unless I will not click this, our element will not load. So as of now you will get 0 element, right? So it is not highlighting any element. So why it is coming like this? So as of now it will not highlight any element, right? So once I will click this, all the data will load, and if I hit enter, now it will highlight, right? So this is one thing. But if I minimize this, even if I minimize this, now this data will again be present, right? So it will, this data will now not disappear. If I even disappear this, click it again, so even if I hit enter, this data is now loaded and it will be present, right? So once I suppose if I select Aurangabad, right, now this will load, so Goa will again be present here, and if I hit enter, you are getting two matching, because first Goa is coming from this and the second Goa is coming from this side, right? So this is the reason you are getting two matching items, and this is our second one. This is our first one, so it is not going to highlight because this drop down is not open. And if I hit 2 again second time, now this is our second Goa. So if you want to travel to any other city here, you have to modify your XPath and always say 2, so that it will only going to work on the second one, right? So this is our, suppose this is our destination, so I will copy that, and suppose I want to travel driver dot find element by dot XPath. So this is my destination and I will click on that. So let me write it here. Goa is our destination, and before that I have to tell also where I have to start. So source is our, which city, you can take any city. So
Why we go for second, that is 2?
I am saying that if I refresh it again, just see here. So before anything, first I have to click on this. This is our
Okay.
first step, then only our data will load. So as of now, if you see, if I come here, yeah. So if I try to, whatever the XPath I have written, if I try to see whether the XPath is correct or not, suppose this is the XPath I have written. As of now, it will not show me any element because the once I click this, you will see some data will load automatically, right? So if I click this, now this class div class came. Earlier it was not coming, and even if I minimize this, then only this data will be present, right? So it will not go, right? So now this class is going to be present inside our code, HTML code. So even if I refresh this, again nothing will happen because this code is already present. So if I hit enter now, as this all the cities code are present, if I hit enter, it will highlight my city, which is correct, right? So in the destination, I can give this Goa or any other city. Suppose if you want to take, you can say Kanpur. So I can also write Kanpur, KNU. I think it should work. So this is our Kanpur, right? So once, suppose I select Kanpur, I selected Kanpur, and from Kanpur I cannot go from Kanpur to Kanpur, but I can go from Kanpur to Goa. So for Goa, if you see, if I write Goa here, again the same XPath which we have written for the first drop down, Goa, GOI. Now it is giving you two element. It is giving you two element because when once I click that, Goa city from this drop down is also present in our HTML code, and again from this HTML code there is there is the Goa present. So if I write the same XPath, I will get two matching elements, right? So this is our first one, and this is our second one. Second one is highlighting this, right? So what I'm saying, once you click this, if you go to any city, you will get two matching node if you write your XPath like this, right? So better
Okay.
to write,
And it means in the both drop down, same city will available.
yeah, you can see here, if you
Yeah.
want to, if you write any city name, like suppose if I write for Delhi, again Delhi is coming from this as well once I
Yeah.
load it. But if I write Kanpur, Kanpur will not be present here because you can load from Kanpur to Kanpur. Suppose if I
Okay.
write for Delhi, DELHI, so after that DEL. So it is correct. So I think let us check Delhi space DEL. So let us see what is the XPath for that. Right, so this is the one. So I think some space is present before and after, so it is taking like that. So paste this text. Okay, so Delhi is present. Okay, so here this one. I have to copy this. and text equals to Delhi, tag name is.
Missing comma.
Yeah, so here again you can see two matching nodes. First Delhi is coming from this code. So I want to click on not first one. When this will open automatically, I want to click on second Delhi. So I will write to my XPath. I want to click on second one. This is the reason I'm saying two. Is it clear?
It's clear.
Okay. So and if I just write it like this, suppose I want to travel from Delhi to some other city. So for Delhi, I have written like this, right? So if I refresh it, as of now, you are getting two element. Uh, this is our destination. We have already written the XPath by providing second number here. And if I talk about source, driver dot find element by dot XPath. This is our XPath. Here I will not provide the index. Why I will not provide the index here? As of now, you are getting two element, but if I refresh this again, you will get one element. So there is no point of putting index here in the source itself. So how the things will work, let us see one more time, then we will run our code. So when I will click this, Delhi will load, Delhi city will load, and this is the XPath. Hit enter. This is our XPath, and if I hit enter, it will match. So it has matched, right? So 1 out of 1. So here if I do not put index, it will not fail my code. So this is our source city, and after that, I am assuming that it will, after clicking this destination drop down will again take some 2 seconds. So I am just assuming. So this is you have to do. So I should see first Delhi will be selected. After that Goa. So if I right click, run as Java. So after that, first it will open select Delhi. Delhi selected. After that, for waiting for 2 seconds, it will click on Goa. So this is how you have to work with dropdown. So this is automatically open, right? Calendar. So this part is clear to everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all for today in this session. If you have any doubt, you can ask.